Danny Segura for MMAJunkie.com here in Florida. I'm standing next to the man, the myth, the legend, Vitor Belfort, who on September 11th takes on Oscar De La Hoya in a professional boxing bout in Los Angeles with Triller. First of all, Vitor, we've talked to Oscar. We've talked to you about Oscar over at MMA Junkie. I want to focus this interview about you. This is your first fight, first training camp since 2018. You're 44, but you look great. How are you feeling entering a fight that hasn't happened in almost 3 years for your career?
First of all, I feel great. I think it's just the way you tell yourself how you feel, but it's also your lifestyle. So when I designed the Belfort Fitness Lifestyle, my fitness program is for everyone. It's a program that I've been everyday training. So it's easily for me to go transition to a fight game because I've been in good shape, forever. So the idea of, I always tell people, how you have a health, how you accomplish success is doing the little things right. And the little things is like what you do with your day, your thinking, your habits. So my habits has been training, and I love being able to train and prepare other people, regular people. So I love the passion of sharing and becoming better. And first, it was an easy transition for me, and boxing has been my martial arts since I was 13. So I love it.
You stay ready, which is great news. We've seen a lot of MMA fighters in recent years cross over to the boxing world, have big fights. I think there are obviously many reasons, but I want to throw a theory your way. You tell me if it's right or wrong. Boxing just seems to be, especially for the aging legends, just a better sport as far as the body, right? The training camps seem to be easier on the body, and it seems to be less injury prone than a mixed martial arts training camp. Am I right or wrong there?
You're right. I will add one more thing. Boxing, there is no too much blood. So you wear shoes. We can bring sponsors. We want to have insurance companies. We want to have sport wears involved. We want to have the whole family involved. It's not too violent in the sense that an athlete stays 7 months out because he has a ligament problem, because someone jumped his knees. So, and people want to see the knockout. Boxing is an art. I call martial arts. It's a mix of martial art things. But we know when the fight goes to the ground, they're ground and pound, people don't like it a lot. You can win, you can be undefeated, but you don't draw the public. And people watch you because you are undefeated, but you're not a finisher. So boxing has a sense that is for ages. It's like thinking about, I am the Muhammad Ali of my sport. I was the guy who literally opened the Red Sea of my sport, me and all the guys as well. But I mean, it's a very new sport. And it's a lot of things has to change, I think, along the way. The rule sets, are we going to the right direction or not? It's very entertaining. They're making a lot of money, but I mean, that can be sustainable. That can be an Olympic sport. All these questions, but boxing is an art. And when you mix this both sports together, and like I've been saying, I'll say it again, my goal is to fight a boxer in the boxing match where I can grab their neck, I can grab their hands. I think that's when they're going to be even the ground. Right now, they're advantage for the boxers. But I think what we are looking for is to mix them, I call it the boxing of martial arts, into boxing. So we're not going to kick them because it's not fair. If they cross over to our sport, they will not survive. But I mean, we are crossing over to the sport. So next time, I want to step on it with a boxer where I can boxing the way we learn how to box in martial arts.
And this whole thing's crazy because I've talked to you many years ago, and you've kind of been ahead of the curve. You've been a big proponent of the Legends divisions. You've been a big proponent of 2-minute rounds, changing the rules to make a better, more exciting, better product to consume. It seems like everything's coming to fruition, right? Like all these things that you saw many years ago, they're finally happening now.
Takes balls to do things. Takes courage to do things. Triller is literally taking action. Ryan Kavanagh, his team, they're literally taking actions. They're doing something out of the ordinary. And the people following the trend, and it's good. When people following you, I always tell my son, when they copy you, you're doing something right. And I mean, we all copy each other. And I mean, I think it's a good thing when you copy. But when you copy that, you just gotta make sure you are doing the right way. You're not in the wrong way. So I think right now we are literally moving forward to a direction where these legends like myself, Oscar, we are crossing over, and it's gonna be, it's not the future, it's the present, but as more of this goes on, thinking about it's a generational fight, it's a legacy fight, it's a legendary fight that is like people are gonna be able to know the story. What Oscar did with boxing, he not just crossover, he just not dominating everything. He become one of the best promoting boxing. So he opened literally the Red Sea in boxing. So we having these two guys colliding on 9/11. What a special date for Americans, where we can celebrating our warriors. We can celebrating good versus evil. When an evil attack came into our nation, and I mean, right now we're talking about all these things that happen in Afghanistan, and it's very sad to see a country just leaving it out cold. And in 20 years, how many relationships they built over there, and these people are hopeless. So I think we'll be able to bring some hope, and I think just becoming aware that what you like to do to yourself, you should do to others. So me and Oscar literally are colliding each other, crossing over, not the way you're supposed to cross over. Like I said, we're gonna come to a point where we're really gonna have to cross over, and I believe Triller is gonna make it. But this is for you and for your family, generation, grandkids, kids, fathers, sons, in the same place, in the same environment, watching this fight, and I can't wait.
And you're going to be doing this, this is not a one-off. You're going to be fighting in boxing more.
December, I hope we do it again.
Okay, nice. And I guess from an MMA perspective, a lot of fans are wondering, is Vitor done with mixed martial arts? Is he ever going to come back to MMA? What's the answer to that?
The answer is look like not, because it's not changing. It's not adapting to what we think it should. I think the rules are not. It's not there for us. It's not being adapted in a way that it's safe for the fighters. Right now, fighters are having a short career, and the more violent it is, the more short it becomes. Better the promoters, not good, so good for the fighter. And right now, as even Dana White said, this is a young man's sport. But guess what? I'll box any martial art, any champion, and I can beat them up in boxing match. And I mean, we open a new ocean. Triller's literally crossing over. So I challenge any MMA champion to come box with me, and I know I can take him. I can take him in any division.
So you feel like MMA rule set and just culture is too rigid?
It's not. It's good just for our certain people, like on their 20s. I feel like it's not like something like when you start becoming a little older. It's too much. It's too hard in your body, so it's hard to stay irrelevant for so long, because the rules and the set of the rules never being revealed. Thinking about, we're never changing the rules. Literally, the fighters are not involved. We don't have a union. We don't have no one protecting us fighters. So I'm talking for us, the fighters. And I mean, we gotta change something for the future. This will never be an Olympic sport the way it is right now.
Yeah. And just a few more questions. On this card, we're also going to get some other MMA legends as well. Tito Ortiz versus Anderson Silva. You fought both as well. What are your thoughts on that fight? Are you surprised it even got made? Because there was some other names involved there, but it seems Tito Ortiz won the sweepstakes and he's fighting Anderson.
I was very happy to see, these guys are literally paving the way to be where they at. We compete each other, and it's just good to see legends, showing up. And Anderson had a great match in boxing. He defeated one of the boxers, and it's going to be good. I think he has more advantage in the experience in the boxing, but I see that fight going to distance. It's going to be a legendary fight. I can't wait.
Any interest in fighting any of those two at some point?
Of course. The interest is always there. It's a legendary stuff. So this is something that's going to be part two. So, and I live for you, part two. Who you want Vitor to fight next?
Any interest, any preference between Tito and Anderson?
I have Oscar De La Hoya. I got Oscar, my friend, the best boxer of all time. That's the guy I need to beat, and that's the guy I will beat.
And lastly, we were just talking off camera about the culture. The culture in MMA and boxing, very different, right? You're saying how, like, in boxing, you're a little bit more pampered, a little bit more spoiled, right? But it also comes with some good things, right? You can, there's no uniforms. You can sort of showboat a little more with your shorts, show a little bit of personality. What do we expect from the walkout, from the shorts, from the boxing gloves? What's in store for the fans?
Yes. First of all, the culture is totally different, But like I said, every culture, we are mixing the culture. We are getting things from this sport to that sport. Some things is advantage in the MMA guys. Some things advantage for the boxer. So we have to learn how to become more like a solo artist, not too depending. And I mean, But boxing is cool because you literally can, you become your own promoter. You become your own self, and you can literally not just become like MMA used to be like that, but not anymore. But like we're not in a box, so expecting great things to come.
Lastly, you always drop wisdom whenever I talk to you, whenever you talk to anybody, really. When can we expect for a TED Talk?
Man, I'm excited. I love TED Talk. I've been watching TED Talk a lot, and I mean, it's like I said, wisdom is not knowing, it's doing. Because wisdom, when you know and you don't do it, it's waste of knowledge. Because the more information you have in your brain, it's the worse for yourself. Anxiety comes. You become addicted to pills, and now some medications are being legalized make people dependency. So whatever you can set yourself free and just be free, but also freedom is a great thing. You can do whatever you want and anytime you want, but you choose to do the right thing. So I always say the great wisdom is not just knowing, it's doing and doing the right thing.
Certainly. Well, Vitor, I appreciate the time. Best of luck on September 11th. Looking forward to that bout.
Don't miss it.